So it's a beautiful sunny morning and I thought I would come out and just walk the dog before he's here, just there somewhere in the background, before I tackle the yarn cupboard, or as it's now been named, yarn TARDIS, or Harry Potter's bedroom, by you lovely viewers. So a few of you requested to see it because I've mentioned it now a few times in my video. Now bear in mind it is an absolute state right now, although it's semi-organised from when I last did it. It is still needs sorting again, and obviously prepping for when I do my August plans. So hope you enjoy, and I'll be back home shortly to start with that. So I'm back home now from my walk with Vinny, and I am just going to show you the cupboard. I have made a cup of tea because I feel like I might need it, because it's going to take well, it's going to be a big-ish job, but not too bad I don't think. And I'm going to take you along on that journey. So let me put my tea down. Sorry for the close-up there. I'm going to switch the camera around now and I'll show you what we're doing with. It does look messier than I remember. Here we go. I have this, I don't even know what you'd call that. It's something that I got in Portugal, and I just have it hung on the door handle, but it does make a bit of a chime when you open it. So here goes nothing. Ta-da! Now, it does look very messy because I do tend to just chuck things in at the front, but there is some semblance of organisation, and if I can just get it a bit better than it is right now. It is a small cupboard, so it's hard, but I will start. I'll put the camera on my tripod, and I will then I can sit down and show you as I'm taking stuff out. I will just mention I do have a motion sensor light at the top, so if that keeps going on and off, I will just take it off and leave it out of the way, but hopefully it won't be a pain. Okay, so here we go. So here we are, I'm sat down. Sometimes the dog does like to come and help me when I'm sorting out the cupboards, don't you, Minnie? So what tends to happen is the main part of the cupboard you can't really see because of all the stuff I've shoved at the front. So I'm going to try and get the stuff out and show you. Now I had this one out the other day, which is the single malt for Dwayne. So I had that out the other day, looking at it, seeing where I was up to, and for my video, my whips. This is the yarn I had out to show for the slippers. And actually, little change of plan. I think I'm still going to obviously knit the slippers in August, because if you've not seen my other video, I have decided that throughout August, once I get back off my holiday, I am going to focus on my bingo and getting my whips off the needles from 2023. The idea being that when it comes to September and the change in seasons, and wanting to knit on the winter garments, my needles will be clearer than what they are right now. So knitting these slippers is part of my Giddy Bingo Crafting Challenge, and I said I'm going to knit a pair of slippers in this, which I still am going to do in August, but instead of being for myself, they're going to be for my mum. I don't think I mentioned in my other video, but I have got this in a lovely, the same yarn in a lovely purple colour which Mona gave me, and that would be my preferred colour for the slippers. So I'm going to do them first for Mum in this colour, and then I'm going to do them in the purple for myself. Okay, what else have I got in here? Right, random parcel that needs to be sent back. That doesn't need to be in the cupboard, so that can go in a pile over there. This random bag is, I've not mentioned on my channel before, but I did sign up to 3 months of the Stitches and Cream Sock Club. Now I've received 2 of those and I've not knit anything from them. I'll show you the colours. This one I've not wound up. This is the Camel's yarn, and this is the colour that I thought would be ideal for a pair of socks for my partner. So I may do the pattern they've suggested, I might not. You get a box when you join the Stitches and Creams sock club. You get initially in your first box, you get all the needles you need and everything like that, and a bit of a guide about the how to measure your foot and everything, and information on the club. You also get a set of needles, and I opted for Magic Loop. And the first yarn that I got was this one, which is definitely a me colour for socks, being that it is a purple, and it's the Fibre Co. And you all get I think everyone gets this yarn for their first ever pair of socks. And I think then you get a standard sock pattern that is always the first one when you join the club. Each month you also get a little stitch marker, and I got, I think, a soap in one of my boxes. You know, little extras and goodies. Just want to show you the first. This was the stitch marker that came with the green yarn. Really beautiful. I've not used any of them. My intention was that when I come to knit these, I will use all the stuff they've sent me with them, and I've kept them together just in this bag that I got with my John Arbon yarn that I'd purchased, and I just haven't got around to it. You know, you can see the state of the cupboard. I've got so much yarn, so many plans, and yeah, I just can't get round to them all, can I? But yeah, I'm really pleased that I paid for 3 months because I think it was cheaper to join up and do a block of them. They have a lot of online support, so if you've never knitted socks before, it's an ideal thing. They do a knit and chat, they have a Facebook group, lots of videos on how to knit the socks. All the patterns that you get after the first one are actually patterns that they've designed, and the sock yarn is to go with it. So it is really, really good. It's just that I've not taken advantage of it really because I've just not had the time. So that was a bit of a tangent, wasn't it? Okay, now this bag I'm pulling out here is my minis. So this is all the minis I've got now. I'll either use these for accenting my socks or for putting into my blanket. Any minis that I pick up I just put in here, any leftover minis. A few of these are from my Alice in Wonderland. I got some at Woolly Good Gathering. I got some at Tangled Yarns. So yeah, I keep them all together in that bag. These are the leftovers from my People shawl. I've kept them together because I'm hoping that with this cream yarn I can do a hat, and maybe I can combine those two and there'll be enough to make some mittens. So I've got a matching set, but who knows when I'll get round to that. I have my Swift there. I do need a new one of these. I just got this off Amazon in a set with my ball winder. They do the job good enough, but I'm just finding that this is really not that great to use these days, so probably on my Christmas or birthday list will be a new one of them. Leave it, Minnie. Okay, so here I have my Yarndale bag from last year, and what I have in here is some Ziploc bags, which is what I use for storing all my sweater quantities of yarn. So they're ready if I buy anything. Then in here, I don't know if you can see, but I just store all my project bags, so they're all together. And I also normally keep my ball winder in the top there. I could actually do with getting another project bag out, because I may have been naughty this weekend and done 2 new cast-ons, but I'm not telling you about that until the podcast next week. So I go away a week tomorrow to Rome, so next week at some point when I get time I will be filming a podcast, and I'll update you then on what I'm up to and what's been new cast onto my needles. Sorry if you can hear some crunching in the background, but Vinny has decided to get on his bed over there and he's crunching on a bone at the moment, so at least it's keeping him happy and it's not bothering me. Okay, so in this little bag is some hand-dyed yarn that I've got from Thread and Yarn, because I'm part of her Patreon, and there's enough for 2 sets of socks in here. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to do the patterns that she sent or patterns of my own. And again, I've just not got round to using those. Here is my, let me show you without dropping it. You'll have seen this from a previous video. That's just where I keep all my progress keepers and stitch markers and some needle stoppers organised. And I find it handy just to have that just at the front here, because when I'm casting on something new I can always come and get some out. What I will do at the end is I will show you just these 2 little baskets that I have up here, because I don't think you'll be able to see from there, and I forgot to show you before. I can't remember if I did when I was showing you the light. Absolutely love them, because I used to have a lot of my tools and notions over by where I'm sitting. Oh, here's the 2 baskets that I was talking about earlier, and I forgot to show you. So here at the top I have my needle sets, so I have my fixed needles and 2 interchangeable sets, and then in the bottom one here I just have my crochet hooks, weighing scales, my small interchangeables, my defuzzy thing, my barber cords, all the other little bits and pieces that I need, some buttons, and these are all just stuck on, if you can see, by 3M tape. Originally I got the idea because I got something similar for my bathroom and I was surprised at how good they were, and then I found these ones on Amazon to put in this cupboard, and it really has been a game changer for how these are stored, so it might be something that you can use in your setup. That's another area that could do with a real good sort, but that's not going to be happening today if I'm doing this. No way. There's loads of projects that I've got on the go, all my active whips, they're all right where I'm sat over there when I'm doing my knitting, either in what we call the knitting chair or Vinny's chair, or where I sit when I'm watching TV. But yeah, that's a story for another day. Okay, I've got some in here. I've got a little yarn cake cozy that I made. What's inside there? Oh, look at this. Does this tell us what I was last knitting in here? Who knows? It's oh, there's a badge, a random badge there. John Harben. Okay, 2 yarn bowls. Right, what to get next? I do randomly have in here, which might give you a chuckle, my hat that I've got for holiday. Now the reason I've got it in there, and I find it quite handy, is it doesn't get crushed, and it's got a little, because I've not taken the tag off it, it's got a little hook on to hold it up. But what I have seen is you can actually, I will just keep it in here because it's not getting damaged then or squashed or lost. So I've seen, I know it's a bit of a tangent, it's nothing to do with knitting, but hey ho, it is my knitting cupboard or my TARDIS. So the hat, yes. I'm a bit all over the place today. I'm getting a bit overexcited. I must be in the pre-holiday mode already. So yeah, I really like the fact that it's got this little hook and I can just hang it onto my baskets up there. So what I looked for and found online, not on Amazon, sorry, is a hat clip, and it's not necessarily made for hanging it up when you're at home, although I'm sure that it can be used for that. The idea is you can clip your hat onto your bag using the clip, and it's like a magnet, so it's like those if you've seen the bookmarks with the two magnets that clip onto the pages, it's the same thing, but it's obviously a stronger magnet and it's for over your hat. So yeah, I'm going to get one of them, and then I can take the tags off and keep it hung up in the cupboard there so we know where it is. Okay, what's next? This is my bag of leftovers or scraps from projects. Mainly leftovers in here, to be fair. If it's a very small amount, I do now tend to put it in my blanket one. But some of these, there's more than enough, and there's more than what I'd need for my blanket, and there's probably enough to either maybe do part of another garment or stripes in a garment or accents in a sock, that sort of thing. That's a dress I'm selling. And these are my blocking mats, which I love. Very handy, just got them all there ready to use. Now you might be able to see a bit better now that the back part of this cupboard is pretty well organised. I know it was covered with stuff at the beginning, but you know, it's like all my tools and my needles and everything are here. I know you can't see them, but I will show you them. Right, I'll just pull this basket out now. Ooh. This is getting a bit overloaded and probably needs sorting through again. But this is my single skeins. All my sock yarns, hand dyed, all that sort of thing. And yeah, there's a lot to be getting through. There's another piece of that red yarn there. I don't know what that's doing there. But it tends to be that I'll try and just get the top layer off, because once you get under the top layer you can see a bit easier. And well, I'm hoping you can see. I'll hold it up there. Woo! Nearly all fell out. But these are all the yarns that are either single skeins that I've picked up, or leftovers that are enough for socks. Mostly they are full skeins that I've not even touched yet. And because it's full at the moment, I've had to put stuff on top. And then under here is the why this is under there at the back is because this is the vintage yarn I was telling you about. This is the oldest project I've got on my needles, and I'll just show you this. Now I have knit a bit more than I realised, so oh yeah, gosh, can you see? Look how pretty that looks, but is it actually going to fit me? Who knows? Let's see what. I think it's on 2.25 this, you know. What's it to say on this one? Look on this side. There's no pattern in here, which is strange. 2.75mm needles, and this is the yarn. I managed to find it on eBay. This was how my knitting journey started. With this is shade number 189. Does it say when it was made? No. But yeah, it's very old yarn. I actually did do a swatch for this, which is quite a shock. I did do all the maths, but yeah, it was just a little bit daunting really, and I wasn't even sure it was going to fit me, and so I will go back to that at some point in the future, but it's one for later down the line. And I might change my mind on what pattern I want to do with that. But I'll put it back under there in the far corner because I don't need to get to that anytime soon. Just try and put some of these back in here and then I don't get all mixed up. You've seen most of these yarns because the ones on the top are recent ones. Oh, these were from Yarndale and these for a certain sock pattern, which I can obviously put on the screen. There's some more ones that I've caked up ready for socks and never got round to making. So I hope you can see inside the cupboard still. This is all my cotton or summer yarns. Now this linen that I got from Really Good Gathering, Mona has kindly done a swap with me, and now I've got 4 skeins, so I have got enough to do a top that I can't for the life of me think who it was, but another podcaster showed a pattern, because I don't know if I spoke about this on my podcast, but this is the first time I've tried 100% linen yarn. I don't know if I'll purchase it again or use it again. I do think I do prefer the blends, but I did try to start knitting this waistcoat with it, but I didn't like the way it was knitting up or the fabric or anything. That was a DK project, but like I say, I've seen a round neck short sleeve t-shirt that was on a podcast, and that pattern I didn't quite have enough yarn for, so I've decided to be cheeky and ask Mona, because she'd wanted a blue sock yarn and I found one in stash that she liked. So I just was cheeky and said, oh, is there any chance we can swap for one of those? And she was happy to do that, so it's great. So I've got enough now to do the actual top, and it might not be something I enjoy knitting, but I want to use it and I want to get the final product, and my understanding is that it softens over time, so I'm really interested to actually see how that goes. But it might be one of them that it's on my needles for a while, just knit on it here and there and then get it done eventually, if you know what I mean. This is another yarn Mona gave me, hoping to make this into some face cloth. I've seen a heart pattern that looks really interesting, and I thought I'd make some with that. It would be quite interesting. Yeah, so these are all cotton summer yarns. A lot of them are what I got last year. Random ones that I got in Abercan that are on sale before I really knew a lot about summer fibres, what I liked, that sort of thing. Along with the theme of last year's Yarndale, where I didn't really know what I was doing and just bought stuff that looked nice. I wasn't even thinking about the colours when I was getting these ones from Abercan. I was just like, oh yeah, that's cheap. And it's not cheap if you're not going to use it, is it? Anyway, I'm sure you all understand where I'm coming from. And the last bag that's under the bottom of my shoe rack there is just what I've got in fluff, as I call it. There's something on there. I've got this beautiful cashmere haze, which I got on sale. It's a Rowan yarn. What shade is it? Let's have a look. This is 40% alpaca, 30% cashmere and 30% silk. It's lovely and soft. I'm hoping this doesn't have the itch, because mohair does itch me a bit. I'm currently knitting up the cloud sweater, which you've seen, which is, that's an alpaca fluff as well. I'm just trying a few out. I've realised over time that I don't think a lot of garments with fluff will be for me, but I've got a beautiful Giddy Yarns hand dyed colourway that I'm using with this to make one of my magnum opuses. It won't be anytime soon, it'll be later in the year that I cast that on. I have done a swatch and I'll put the pattern up here. Oh, and I've also got in the bottom of here some of the brushed alpaca silk, and I was thinking of making a garment just with this, but I've not decided which one yet, and I can't even remember, it was that long ago, what I bought this for. But it's a lovely colour, like a purpley lilac blue. But yeah, I don't have a lot of fluff in stash, and that just stays under the bottom here because I don't need to get it out a lot. And then on the shelf at the bottom, I have been keeping my larger whips. This one is my Daft Days cardigan. You'll have seen that before. And next to it, because there's a lot of yarn that's required for this project, I have got an extra bag just at the side with all my colours in. I'll pop that back on there because that was cast on, if you remember from my last video. I think that was cast on the 1st of January, so that's not included in my 2023 whips. So what I want to do is, I've decided to put everything back on the shelf here which I've cast on this year that I'm not actively working on at the moment. And the reason I'm going to do that is because then in this bag here I have the rest of my whips, and what I want to do is make sure that in this bag is my 2023 whips, so that when I get back off holiday it's dead easy, I can just get them out of this bag. I might do them in order, I might just do what I fancy to keep my interest. I'm not sure yet, I've not really thought about that, but I thought better to have all the whips that I want to work on here or under my table over there, and then easy to access, and any other whips will go on the bottom shelf here, if I can fit them that way, that is. I just need to check what's in this bag. Now this is my Salty Days, and I think this is one that I cast on this year because I bought the yarn for it, yes, because it was after Vanicia did her live stream and I waited for the code, and I used the John Arbon discount code to get the yarn, so this is definitely from this year, so I'm going to put that back on the bottom shelf as well. Okay, now I have my sock blocker here. Now I have this one, guys, and if you've got any recommendations, I've had a few. I originally started with a wooden, oh gosh, my feet have gone dead. I originally started with a sock blocker that was wooden, that I got off Amazon, and it was adjustable, but I didn't like it at all. Something about the adjust part, it used to get caught on the socks all the time. Now I have these and they're all right, but I just don't know if they're the right sizes or not. What sort of sock blockers do you use? Okay, so I'll take this back down now. Hope you can still see me under all this pile of stuff. Do you see what I mean about its organised chaos? Okay, I think this one is definitely a 2023, yeah. That's my underlace top, so that needs to stay in this bag. And I think, from memory, this is the oldest project. This is from July last year, so this might be the first one that I start working on. my OLE mittens and all the yarn there for that, and then a random mitten. I think this was a look how weird this mitten looks. This was the first mitten I ever knit, and I've just pulled it off the needles there because I'm gonna see the truth's coming out now, isn't it? Definitely seeing knitting journeys here. I mean, the thumb looks a bit too long, can you see? I can make it come down if I just do this. Maybe a little bit tight, I don't know. But I don't think I've got very big wrists, but there you go, what do you think? I don't know, there was something about it, I just thought it looked quite weird. But anyways. Oh, and this is my actual OLE mitten, just on a little circular needle there. And I think I've told you before, the only reason I stopped knitting was I got to the fun part and I was like, not sure I understand what I'm doing here. And then it got abandoned because I didn't want to ruin it. Okay, and what's in this bag? Oh, right. That is my Dulcie Backy sock yarn. So that is to be revisited. But I won't be doing that anytime soon, so I'm just going to put that on the shelf at the back here. I hope you're not finding this totally boring, just me sorting through the yarn cupboard, but I like watching these types of videos and I'm quite nosy like that. I don't know, Laura Penrose did a video on, I don't know if it's gone onto YouTube because I watched it on Patreon yesterday and I don't know when she uploaded it, but she was just sorting through a massive pile of yarn and whips and talking about them, and it was just very interesting to watch while knitting. Okay, this is my fallow socks, and again this was a cast on for this year, so I am going to put that onto the shelf as well. What I might do though is swap this out of this bag and use this bag for something else that I've got coming up or going on, whichever ones I want to use. Let me find a different one in here. I don't want to not have them in bags because all gets a bit of a mess then, doesn't it? Sorry if it's noisy while I just root in here for a bag I want to use. One that I'm not, oh there, we'll use this one, eh? This was the bag I got with my mystery sock knit along. I can't even get it to open here. This was for the Stephen West mystery knit along last year. So I'll just stick that in there, and that one can go on the shelf. What you'll see in January is you'll see me getting all these out and saying, oh, these are the whips I need to get finished from 2024. Hopefully not. Right, okay. Next one is, oh, I think I know what this is. Yep. This is my Very Berry socks. They were definitely from 2023. This project bag here, it's actually a Christmas one. It's so cute. I got this yarn in a wool swap and it's really lovely yarn. And what this is, there's a, look, this is the name of the company of the bag. It's Christmas Sweaters, which is so cute. I've not really used it yet because since I got my parcel, I think, is this the one that was delayed? It might have been. I only received it after Christmas, so I will be using it next year. The colours are lovely, but it's for doing a shawl. It's called the Unpredictable Shawl, and it's like a game. I don't know if you can see that. And you get dice, and for each section you roll your dice, and that tells you which colour and which part of the pattern to go with. I think that's what it is. I'll get them all out so you can see them. They're absolutely beautiful colours. They're right up my street. And there we go. Hopefully you can see that. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's six skeins and the 50-gram skeins. Oh, and I've also got some stitch markers left in here. I've used some of them, took them off, and I've put the rest in there. I'll get them out and I can put them away. They're lightning bolts. So yeah, I will keep this in here for now. Obviously, come Christmas, if I've still not cast this shawl on, then I probably will get this bag out and use it. That can go on the shelf because that's not even been cast on. Oh yes, this is my petal drop socks. Now, are they from this year or are they from... They must be from last year then. Keep them there anyway. In the bottom of this bag, I've just got a few of my swatches. This is a lovely, lovely Sorella newsprint yarn that I've not yet used, but I can't wait to use that. That was my John Arbon. Oh, and here, this is my absolutely stunning, I'll try and bring it a bit closer to show you. This is the Rowan Cashmere silk yarn, the fluff, and a Giddy Yarns colourway, which I've no idea right now what it is, but can't wait to knit this sweater up. Oh, and I forgot, I've got this yarn as well, which I got from one of my wool swaps, which is lovely. I've still not used that. Yeah, so I just keep my swatches in the bottom of here so I know where they are, and any garments that I want to fix are in there as well. Okay, so what do I need to do now? Oh, I've not explained, have I? Just move that out of the way a minute. On the top of the back here, this is all my sweater quantities of yarn. Some are in project bags, most of them are actually in Ziploc bags. Now I don't know if I need to move any of these really, but I'll show you this, because I do have some summer yarns in quantities at the back there, but most of them are in that bag there. That's the newsprint yarn. I've also got some cotton and pure silk that I want to use together to do a blouse number 1. I've got this purple Drops Lima. I have got plans for most of these. Oh, and I've got this little random skein, and this is from Bird Street Yarn, and it's a mitten mix, and it's 2 50-gram skeins of DK together, 75-25, and yeah, that's going to be some sort of colourwork mitten at some point. I'll put that in my single skeins. I've got the yarn here which you've seen before, which is the Felt Fusion, and that is for, what is that top called? Field of Dreams tea, maybe. Oh, and I got these. These shouldn't really be up there because they're not full skeins, but I've not decided whether I'm just going to put these in my blanket or I'm going to use them to make a garment. I might just put them in my blanket, to be fair, because I could do with a few darker colours. And they're 25 grams, they're only like minis, and they're quite rustic, so I probably could tolerate them against my neck. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do you think? Should I put them in my Phil Soho Incredible blanket, or have you got any suggestions for a garment to make with these? Now in this little strawberry project bag, I know I have got some cotton. It's just some black, I think it's the Rowan, one of the Rowan Summer Light ones, but I can't remember. But it's just a black DK cotton, really nice, unravelled from a different top I'd made that I didn't like, and I want to make that into another garment. I'm keeping it in here, just keep it safe. I've got some of this Fiberco, not sure what to do with that. This bag is the yarn for making my porcelain sweater. Oh, here's the giddy yarns that I was talking about. The colourway is A Tale of Jemima Puddle Duck. Now I had all the Beatrix Potter books in lovely box sets when I was younger, and I have no idea where they ended up. But yeah, really beautiful colourway from Giddy Yarns, and that's, I probably will have already put the photo up to show you what sweater I'm making with that. That will be ambitious because it's got a lace panel down the front, but beautiful once it's finished. So this back section on the top shelf, it is pretty organised. As you can see, I've got all my sweater quantities there. I know where they are, easy to get to. So here's, I can't remember what, this is Marshmallow, and it's a 75% merino, 25% nylon, another one that I'm going to make a garment in. This one you've seen before, I got that from the Woolly Good Gathering, it's a ginger twist. Oh, that's the blue Eco Tweed Estelle, is it? That I got, we'll swap. Oh, and here's my beautiful Isla yarn. This is the Easedale, and it is 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk and 10% cashmere, and this is a luxury yarn, and I cannot wait to knit this, and I think my choice for this is the Calm Down cardigan. And then my Zakami Turkish Delight. I'll just put some of these back quickly because it's getting a bit of a mess. Oh, and I've got my Blueberry Ice Cream Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino. Oh, and I've got this beautiful combination, which is going to be for a Mundo or Mundo. And I've got these, which is a fingering weight. And I think these are for a Field Days cardigan. And the last one, probably all fall down on me again, is Tree Yarn Craft, and she made this colourway especially for me, and it is called Molly Raven. It was a twist on one of the ones she had in her shop, which I think was called Pale Orchid or something along those lines, but that had hints of yellow in, and I wanted more of a purple vibe, so she did these for me. And again, I can't wait to knit these up. It's just getting round to it all, isn't it? Oh, legs going dead again. So I'll try and get these back on the shelf and then put stuff away and see if we can make it a little bit tidier. Although, as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff in a very small space here. Start again with that, it's all going wrong. Just thinking, if I have my sock blocker behind the bag, I don't need to get it out that regularly, and it's still quite accessible for me just to take off the individual sizes that I need. I hope you're getting plenty of knitting done while you're watching me faff around with this cupboard, and then you can make lots of progress, and hopefully that's what I'll be doing after this video while editing. Hoping I'll get this video up for you today, you see, bit of an extra one. There we go. So as you can see, it's getting fuller now, and it does look pretty. It doesn't look the best, but I know where everything is, and it is pretty organised. Oh, I've left one of me. Right, so cottons can go in next. Oh, I can put my like that in there because it's easy to slide out. Just don't need to move much stuff. I forgot I have my Christmas, some of my lovely Christmas progress keepers and stitch markers in there. I always put there, I like it there. Just put these ones in. I like these claw ones because I find that they're normally quite thin, and they're quite handy and light, and they do dual purpose really. Brew's a bit cold now. No idea how long I've been recording for. You know, if I could just leave the cupboard like that, it was brilliant, wouldn't it? But, you know, I need to knit through a lot more stuff to keep it in that state. Oh yeah, I need to do something. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these, because they're for the slippers, I'm going to put them in this bag so that I know that they're there for the what I'm going to be doing in my plans next month. I always have my Swift just tucked behind there now, so it's easy to get to. Nothing worse than when you want to wind some, well, when you have to wind some yarn, because it's not a pleasant task, is it? But if the equipment's easy to grab and set up, you're more likely to get it done, aren't you? This is where it starts going messy, because there's not quite enough room for all these extra bits I've got. Right, what do we think? Doesn't look much different than before, but you've had a full tour. When I'm talking about it on the podcast and my videos, you will know what I'm talking about. I actually think the cupboard looks fuller than before. Can't really tell, but here's my organised chaos stash, pantry, TARDIS, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty pleased with how it is. I just would like to work through some of this stash, and then it's a little bit easier to manage. But other than that, I think that's everything for today's video. Happy knitting, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!